mama mo ate ase se IMF for enkrata Ghana for yehwe nim se ebepie no. It will let us know a lot of truth between the IMF and Ghana. Inkita hudie because aban no any Ghana for kasa obey politics na so okọ IMF for ne hona. He dares not politicize the issues. Enti yemu bi ni ehwe nim say document ni bepie. Document ni pie mama wati as I said today we will be treating more of those documents. Now, one of the documents no any etie for semuni amobekaya. Emra Ghana na yesu se emre mu ayeden ene den na yesu ene den na ambaye de ka tren se 11 anyway no. President Akufo-Addo eba bonten through Kenufo-Yatta and I mean Akufo-Addo spoke and Kenufo-Yatta also spoke. Wo mo ka tren Ghana for say government is even going to save 3.5 billion Ghana cedis in expenditure cuts. So time the near can say some say mremu ayede na mo the taxes 11 in nyama to yeso cut your expenditure. We were telling them and almost they will cut expenditure 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. In fact, President Akufo-Addo came and told Ghanaians say ono krano what's in the pay so by 30%. Or no any ministers what you pay so by 30% into no air trade Ghana for say economic conditions no and economic hardship na abano or trade Ghana for say say or no so he's with us into no crats in the pay so 30%. MPP for the propaganda and all that in this country. IMF documents are aba 0.7 at that screen so etre say sa de na abanka say wo beye no. At the end of the day, ambaso ayentro ni etwa Ghana for. Mami ready. Now, 0.7 nini. Or say while some physical adjustments was afoot in 2022, the authorities' initial consolidation objectives were not achieved. Revenue improved slightly thanks to higher oil prices, but non-oil revenues were significantly below their overly optimistic targets, with large underperformance of the new controversial e-levy. Or say, the government was also unable to enforce. Now, I hasten am person Shannon son emame. Or say the government was also unable to enforce announced announced across the board spending. Let me relax. Okay, let me relax and take it. I see the government was also unable to enforce announced across the board spending cuts due to large extra budgetary commitments by ministries, departments, and agencies (MDs). That is, expenditures committed above appropriated budget allocation. Let me take it again. I said the government was also unable to enforce announced across the board spending cuts due to large extra budgetary commitments. Not to say a buying announcement our year say across board spending cuts our no. The government was unable to enforce that due to extra budgetary commitments by ministries and agencies, expenditures committed above appropriated budgetary allocations. Or say, although the primary balance commitment basis improved by over 1% point of GDP, the overall fiscal deficit still amounted to 11% of GDP compared to mid-year budget objective of 6.3% of GDP. And a buying across board cutting our castle will be listen. We have always said, say Ghana didn't need the e-levy. And bra aban here say we pass the e-levy no. Asofo eba bonten be catch aban say you don't need it. E-levy now will pass no. That is not what you want, or that is not what you need. Asofo ba bonten be catch aban. Aside asofo, civil society organizations, eka say, you share expenditure, must spend it too much. All you need to do, must spend it unnecessarily. All you need to do is cut your expenditure. That is all. All you need to do is to cut your expenditure. Abaye mfi. We mfi. Once the IMF in krata abano, it shows. Says asemo a wakan ye, so one be cut your expenditure and all those things no. Anye ye. Wow, promising so be cut it by 30%, by 35%, and by what? Today, look at what is happening. What is going on? Can't we just say one thing? We will do this, and then go forward and implement it. Can't we just do that? Why are we doing this to our? Why is it that we always do this to ourselves? Why? And it's like they keep fooling Ghanaians. When you IMF and a buyer, nankade we na yenimo. Per the IMF report ya by page 6 na omo kan same way. And mama what you say reports na ba bontin, there are a lot of things. Now the reason why Osha NDC for they are not talking about it yet. Kumewun sensemo a ekoso no. Because omo yes omo ka ho asem sisi a kumewu asem na banti kumewu no asem ne ba na etwegu wi a, that is what they are going to concentrate on. But initially no report na ba no me de bremu nketen, and this is page 6 of the report. It shows so the government was unable to enforce the announced across the board spending cuts due to large extra budgetary commitment. Ghana force more J and more taxes. Yewu yese mu kuyen. Musi o yesremo we die. Momwayen. Ghana for we die yesremo momwa. Asema mo ka kire no. We die yesremo momwayen. Yes, you okay? Onso den na wo ya aboa ho. Osisika na me so me spend no esanse mo so mo ho atre mu ninti President Akufo-Addo say sika me ka say meji a month no mete so by 30%. Sika me ministries no so eye say omoje no omo so bete so na ya magana fo hu say ye na ye bre together na ye ndie ya tete ye sika so because of taxes any ahotre na mo aban you couldn't even cut. In fact, you overspent. Also due to large extra budgetary commitment by ministries. You now had extra commitments. You were now creating extra budgetary commitments. And you couldn't cut. But you were taxing Ghanaians and cutting us. Haircuts, Nyama. Why?